Recently, I ran across a letter from a Union soldier to his wife shortly before the first Battle of Bull Run. That first Battle of Bull Run was the first substantial conflict in the Civil War, which both sides came to understand that it would neither be quick nor easy, the path to victory. Major Sullivan Balu wrote, "If it is necessary that I should fall on the battlefield for any country, I'm ready. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I'm engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans upon the triumph of government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution. And I'm willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet, my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly on with all those chains to the battlefield. The memories of all the blissful moments I have spent with you come crowding over me, and I feel most deeply grateful to God and you that I've enjoyed them so long." Beautiful, isn't it? Powerful, substantial, amazing way of writing. Turned out to be the last letter that he wrote to his beloved Sarah, for he was killed on that battlefield. Faith is the realization of what is hoped for and evidence of things not seen. It's making present of one's beliefs, convictions, values. In this case, it was the making present of the belief, the dream of America, the value of responsibility, paying a debt, of sacrifice, of duty. It was a display of a hierarchy of values. We only live a limited amount of time. There are only so many choices that we make, and not every choice is of equal value. I mean, he cherished his wife, but that didn't prevent him from leaving her for the battlefield, or maybe because he truly loved her, he loved her and fought and died with the conviction that God would be faithful to his promise and he would see her again. That little letter makes me think of the countless people unknown to me who nevertheless blessed me with their giving evidence of things not seen. I mean, that's often come to mind at this startup parish. I don't know about you, but never before have I realized how much I had taken for granted. The buildings, the community, the services, the prayer life. But now, we begin to see the debt that we owe to those who come before us. And you who are contributing to our campaign and to the life of the parish are paying that debt. I mean, it's financial responsibility, yes, but a moral one too. Right? Just as it would be inadequate for a parent to earn money and do nothing more, so too is it with a parishioner. I mean, there's work to be done here at Mass, like our great servers do week in and week out, and ushers, and readers, and such. We need that. And there's others work to do too, like the interior cleaning of the academy that happened yesterday and the outdoor cleanup coming this Saturday. You might say, obviously, these things are imperative for parents with kids in the academy or in religious ed, CYF, CGS, and such. It's how a very reasonably priced educational experience can be offered to them. We could just hire everything done and increase tuition and fees, or volunteering could become part of the ethic here at JP2. Fighting against that prevailing busyness. There's more than what we could possibly do, and we have to choose, and not everything is of equal value. It also works against that prevailing sense of entitlement that's especially present in wealthier areas like Johnson County. It's not that we're owed something, but that we owe something. But that place will be where funeral luncheons, social functions, and other things will be held too, all of us in different ways. have a debt to repay, which is often done in small, unseen ways. No one has to do everything, but everyone has to do something. Faith is the realization of what is hoped for and evidence of things not seen. Now, I don't know why this has been the case the past several weeks, but my grandparents who have died, all but one have died, have often been my mind, maybe even my dreams, but often in my mind, images of them, like expressions of their faith and values. I can still see my granddad 40 years ago striking his breast as he sat in the pew and the host was raised after being consecrated. Or the years that my grandmother devoted to the pro-life movement, or the 30 or 40 years that one granddad lived with Parkinson's, losing all his athletic abilities and never complaining once, but looking forward to that new city whose architect is God. Images of them, expressions of their faith and values, yes, and probably because of those experiences, something like encouragement has come to me. Something like, don't let them down. Don't let their sacrifices and faith end with me. Help me to truly believe, which our readings suggest is a good way for us to be prepared to depart the battlefield of life and greet the Lord when our time has come.